I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
the audience at home please stand for the presentation of colors by the Azurettes and the singing of the national anthem by Tacey Minor.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good morning, Grizzlies, and happy graduation. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this virtual graduation ceremony. My name is Connor Haslam, and I'm currently the senior class president for the class of 2020. If you were to tell me at the beginning of the year that I would be recording my speech for me to see at home during a virtual graduation while being quarantined at home during a worldwide pandemic, I definitely would have probably laughed in your face. Now, we have to deal with not being able to see any of our friends' happy faces during this time. But here we are now with what could potentially be one of the most memorable graduations of all time. Just to start off everything, I wanted to personally thank the class of 2020 at Copper Hills High for making this speech possible and letting me serve you guys as the class of 2020 senior class president. It has been one of the greatest decisions I have ever made to run for office at Copper Hills. I would not be up here without you guys, and I will forever be grateful for this opportunity. But this is not about me or any singular individual at all. This is about the class of 2020. It seems like just yesterday we were all at our sophomore orientation, dying for a pair of those sun-safe sunglasses so that we could all go see the solar eclipse that was happening that day. We got to see some amazing football games, basketball games where we rushed the court or field. Well, we only had one trash fire, one truck go through the fence onto the football field, and just a couple bleachers broken. But the one thing I personally, and many others, will hold on to forever is how much fun we had at our school. We have been going to school together for 3 years now, and there was never a dull moment. The memories we made at Copper Hills will possibly go down as some of the best. But with the life that is being opened up to us minute by minute, it's sometimes like a hard pill to swallow. We will have so many more responsibilities in our lives. We will not be able to say hi to some of our favorite people in the whole world anymore. And the saddest part is, we're all going to have to become responsible adults. With the graduation theme for the class of 2020 at Copper Hills High School being Seize Your Moment from Disney's Coco, I just wanted to explore that for a second. From here on out, life will be handing us opportunities and success. And other times, we will be facing hardships and failure. Our lives are in our own hands, and we will have the chance to become anybody we want to be if we work hard enough to get there. One of my favorite quotes in the whole world is, "Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right, forgive the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason." If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it'd be easy. They just promised you it would be worth it. There is not a single person in this graduating class that is not destined for greatness. We are hardworking, we are motivated, we are dedicated. Most importantly, we are the future. Each individual will have different life-changing moments in their lives, but not a single one of us Grizzlies is going to let that slide. Copper Hill seniors will always seize our moments when the time is given to us. Except when it comes to the school Olympics, but that's a different story for another day. Really quick, I would like to thank the faculty and staff on behalf of the senior class for all the incredible effort, work, and passion they put into their jobs every day. With the recent pandemic and the fact that they have been given such a hard situation to adapt to, they have done nothing but prioritize every single student's needs so that we could all be here today. Thank you guys so much for everything you have done the past 3 years. In conclusion, Grizzlies, I am so proud of each and every single one of you. And so is everybody else tuning in with us today. I wish nothing but the best for everybody, and I hope that everything you have ever dreamed of comes to life after today. A lot of people have asked us our whole lives, are you excited for your graduation ceremony with all your friends and all your friends and family and everything? Well, in the words of the great Kanye West, I guess we'll never know. Go out there and seize your moment, Grizzlies. I love you all. Peace out, high school.
Fellow graduates, faculty, friends, family, and anyone else who's watching this live stream, I am the class of 2020's valedictorian. Fun fact, the word valedictorian comes from the Latin words vale, which means goodbye, and dictor, which means speaker. Many of you probably couldn't care less about Latin. However, it's a passion of mine, and explaining words and phrases is one of the only times it's useful to me. So I have to make the most of what I've got. And you have to endure more Latin through the rest of this speech. As the valedictorian, my job is to give our final send-off, to say goodbye on behalf of the entire class of 2020. No pressure. In addition to being valedictorian, I was the World Languages Sterling Scholar for our school. I specialized in Latin with a little bit of Spanish and ancient Greek. Many people have asked me why I study ancient languages, and besides the fact that I can explain things like valedictorian, I do it because these ancient thinkers asked questions and gave advice that is still relevant today. For example, Heraclitus, a Greek philosopher who's been dead about 3,000 years, once said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man," making the point that the world and ourselves are constantly changing. Every time you step outside, the world is not the same place it was the day, minute, or second it was before. Graduation is the symbol of one of the biggest changes in our lives. We will be transitioning from high school to careers or college, from childhood to adulthood, from reliance to independence. And although it's exciting, it's a scary time for many. We fear change. We are scared of never being able to return to the same river we remember. But change is necessary. The river must flow. Ovid, a man who's only been dead about 2,000 years, once said, "Omnia mutantur, nihil interit." Everything changes, nothing perishes. That's something we often forget. Change is not loss. We still have the memories of what we used to be, and we gain new things we never could have imagined. Our transition out of high school happened faster for us than it has for any other class. Change is always easier when it's gradual, but this abrupt end made us realize how important this all was. While we were in school, many of us didn't appreciate the time we had. We didn't think about the amazing experiences that wouldn't last forever. We were on rafts, just trying to stay afloat. I would go to class and count down the days until the weekend. I'd constantly reassure my friends that we'd be graduating soon. Now that it's over, I find myself constantly thinking about all the people I met there, all the friends and teachers who undoubtedly changed my life. I'd like to say thank you to my friends, family, and teachers for your support and all that you've taught me. I am the person I am today because of you. One final ancient quote, whose author is unknown but definitely long dead. Res spice, ad spice, pro spice. Look behind, look here, look ahead. As we look back on high school, I hope we can all see how much we've grown. As we look around us at this extraordinary moment, I hope we can appreciate what a unique time we're living through. And as we look to the future, I hope we can all be excited for the changes that are ahead. Thank you.
Good afternoon, or whatever time it may be, to the teachers, administration, families, and most importantly, the 2020 graduating class of Copper Hills High School. I'd like to start by congratulating all of the students who have achieved this great accomplishment known as graduation. It was a long and arduous journey, but we made it, and I'm proud of that. Now, under normal circumstances, a salutatorian would be giving this kind of speech in front of their peers on the day of graduation. Unfortunately, that's not possible, so I've got a piece of plastic that I'm talking to, and it's a few weeks before. Ultimately, it's not a bad thing, because there's retakes, but it's just not the same to not be able to be here with all the faces that characterize my time at Copper Hills. Really, the situation has just been kind of off the rails. I mean, who thought that the class of XX, coolest graduating class ever, by the way, would be graduating under such unorthodox circumstances? I suppose that all we can do is seize our collective moment and celebrate however we can, even if it isn't quite normal. Seize your moment. What does the phrase actually mean? Well, I'll say that it certainly has nothing to do with seizures like I first misheard it to. At face value, seize your moment implies that somewhere out there our moments are sitting, waiting for us to claim them. But it's not quite that simple. While some lucky few may be able to have their moments fall into their laps, the rest of us don't have it that easy. Our moments aren't some isolated event ripe for the picking. They're something that we have to put hard work and time into in order to achieve. It's a lot like farming, really. It all starts with sowing a seed into soil, a seed which we take great care to properly nourish. As it grows, we work hard and do our best to help it become fully realized. Eventually, it starts to flower, showing that in the near future, all the hard work will pay off. At this stage, the insects and other pollinators are much like the help we get along the way. While we put in most of the work, without them, it wouldn't have been possible. Finally, the fruit of our labors starts to form. But just like real fruit, there's an opportune time to pick it. Try to capitalize on it too early, and it isn't ripe enough. Too late, and it's rotten. But just right, and it's perfect. We may not always be able to tell where that perfect window of opportunity lies, but eventually, if we put in enough effort, it will show itself to us. Now, not all moments are going to pan out exactly as we planned, and undoubtedly there will be instances where we fall flat and fail to achieve our goals. The important thing to remember is that our failure is not what defines us, but rather how we respond. As Winston Churchill once said, success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. In other words, even if you've failed at achieving one moment, it doesn't mean that you'll fail at achieving the next. So if you've fallen down, get back up and keep stumbling until you find your footing. The other confusing aspect of the phrase seize your moment is that it makes it seem like there is only one single moment assigned to each of us. However, much like a farmer has multiple harvests in his lifetime, we have multiple moments in ours. These moments, just like harvests, can vary greatly in size, such as big moments like graduation now, and many other smaller ones. I would argue that the smaller ones are just as, if not more important than the big ones, although perhaps not in the eyes of others, but more so in a personal way. Our moments don't all have to be some grandiose affair that everyone gets excited for. They can also be the special little things we take pride in that nobody else really knows of. These little moments are just as important as the big ones because they are what really define our values and ambitions. Sure, the big moments are the legacy that we leave behind and how we show the world who we are. But the small moments are important precisely because we keep them to ourselves, only sharing them with those we trust most. They're the things like the memories we cherish, the little things that make everyday life worth living, the foundation upon which our relationships are built, and how the people who matter most will remember us. Without the little moments, there really wouldn't be any big moments. Without the small successes in our lives, we wouldn't be able to build up to the big ones. I can say that I really appreciate the moments, both big and small, that I've had here at Copper Hills High. The moments such as the memories I've made with my friends, the things I've achieved that I didn't think I ever would, and the trials that I pushed through to make it here. I hope that you too can appreciate the moments you seized here and keep them with you for the rest of your lives. I'd really like to thank my parents, the great teachers, all the great students, the wonderful administration here at Copper Hills for helping me to achieve what I have today. I'll leave off with this. Just because we're leaving Copper Hills doesn't mean that Copper Hills has to leave us. I urge all graduates to continue seizing their moments in ways that represent the character and quality of the student body I've witnessed here at Copper Hills High School. Go forth and show the world exactly what a Grizzly is made of, even if you no longer walk these halls. I think that Mr. Veazey said it best when he repeated the age-old mantra, once a Grizzly, always a Grizzly. Thank you.
About a year ago from today, I sat in a room with the 5 other senior class officers discussing the theme for this very graduation. During that meeting, we talked about a bunch of several other themes, but the one of Seize Your Moment stuck out the most to us. As I look back on that meeting from now, I had no idea what that message could mean during this time. As I thought about that message, I thought to myself, every senior in this graduation had something taken away from them. If that's the case, what opportunity is there for us to take advantage of? What moment is there for us to seize? As I continued to think about it, I realized that I'd been thinking about it the wrong way. I began to realize that we had a perfect moment right now as seniors to take advantage to seize our moment during this COVID-19 pandemic. In order to explain this line of thinking, I remembered a lesson I learned from my junior year on the lacrosse team. During a few of our practices, we had a sports psychologist who would come and give us a few lessons about ways to improve our mental performance during our games. One of the things he talked about was the acronym WIN, or WIN. This acronym stood for the phrase, "What's important now?" The purpose of this phrase was a question you'd ask yourself if you made a mistake or if things just weren't going your way. For example, if during one of my lacrosse games, if I made a mistake and let the other team score a goal, I would have an opportunity to ask myself, what is important now? What is the next best thing I could do right at this moment? Doing this would allow myself to get a chance to breathe and refocus myself on doing better the next play and moving on from that mistake. We seniors are facing a rough time. There's no doubting that. So I ask everyone, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to shut down and wish for what could have been? Or are we going to try to do the next best thing? The next best thing will be different for each person, but there are 2 things that I believe will always fit within that category. Those 2 things are staying unified and having hope. Staying unified is something that is a lot more easily said than done. For me, this was a lesson I learned here at Copper Hills. During my sophomore and junior years, I would mainly keep to myself, and I would only be involved with the school and my own sports teams. I felt like I was a part of the football team, and I was a part of the lacrosse team, but I didn't feel like I was unified with Copper Hills. This changed during my senior year when I was elected into student government. One of the many responsibilities of student government is planning and attending events. For me, this was the first time that I made an effort to be involved with school aside from my own activities. I realized that the more I went out to support others, the more unified I felt with them. During my previous years before, the opportunities had always been there for me to be involved and support others, but I was choosing not to take advantage of them. When I began to start supporting others, I realized that being involved, I didn't feel unified with them because I was going to the events. I began to feel unified with the school because I was going out of my way to support other people. This is the way that we seniors can stay unified after high school. We have to be willing to help and support one another. While we may no longer have sports games and club events to go cheer on our friends, we can still be there for each other. There will be small opportunities every day for us to support one another, and that is how we can seize our moment. I know we've all had our senior year turned upside down. It feels like we can't be certain of anything. We don't know when life will go back to normal or if it even will go back to normal. But there is one thing we can be certain of. It is hope. If we hold on to hope that things will get better, I promise you that things will get better. As long as we try our best to stay unified and hold on to hope, we can make it through these hard times. In closing, I want to express my gratitude for the time here I've spent at Copper Hills. I'm thankful for the people I've met, the memories I've made, and the lessons I've learned. I've grown a lot over the past 3 years, and I'm grateful that's everyone that's helped me along the way. I'm grateful for the teachers who taught me inside the classroom and the coaches who taught me outside of it. I'll never forget my time here in high school. Once a Grizzly, always a Grizzly. Thank you, Copper Hills.
Today is our moment. We made it. After all the tests, assemblies, concerts, games, dances, socials, Drama, awkward moments, midnight canvas turn-ins, tour romances, Zoom meetings, cancellations, fighting, apologizing, loving, and learning. We can say we made it. And after all that, I can say I'm glad I suffered and rejoiced and grew through it all. I hope we'll all look back on our high school days with some fondness. But I know that it hasn't been picture perfect. As a senior class, we've had some major trials, disappointments, and some truly difficult months. We've dealt with injury, disease, anxiety, and depression. We've dealt with disloyal friends, toxic relationships, and our own glaring faults. For some, this made high school a place they wanted to get out of and forget. I hope that we can all look back and remember those good old days, but if not, that's okay. The most important thing is that through everything we've been through and all we've accomplished, we can say we've grown. Whether you enjoyed high school or not, I think we can all agree that we're better from it. We are prepared for our future. We've learned a great deal these last 18 years, and we're ready to take the helm of our lives and bravely go forward. We have what it takes, and we have what it takes because we worked hard for it. And that's why we're here today, to celebrate that. It's awesome, it's a big deal. Sometimes you gotta stop and enjoy the journey and appreciate the destination. We made it. But this is not the end, nor the climax of our lives. This is not as good as it's going to get, and we're nowhere near the incredible people that we can become. We can now look back on high school, appreciate it for the good times and the things it taught us, and move on. High school is not a forecast for the rest of your life, not even a preview. If you feel like you didn't do enough, if you didn't try hard enough or care enough, or if you feel like you're just too late to succeed, don't worry. There are countless people who have done great things later than usual. Stan Lee didn't score his first comic book hit until The Fantastic Four, which he published when he was 40 years old. At age 62, the bankrupt Harlan Sanders franchised his Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the world has never been the same. After raising 4 kids for 24 years, my mother decided to go back to school and earn her master's degree. While most kids begin piano lessons around 6 or 7, one of my good friends began learning to play at the age of 18. He bought an online piano learning program, as well as his own keyboard, investing nearly $300 into his late bloomer dream. Like all these self-motivated people, each one of us has vast potential that we may have not yet realized. If you've experienced failure in the past, or even if you've been a great success, that doesn't mean you can't grow into a more talented or more social or more knowledgeable person in the future. I'm grateful for the time I've spent with you all. I'm grateful for our parents, teachers, principals, counselors, coaches, and janitors who have invested their lives to mold ours. I'm grateful for the laughter we've shared and the tears we have shed. Memories of you all will echo not only within the walls of Copper Hills High, but in my heart as well. I'm grateful for the discussions we've had, the arguments we've fought, the apologies we've given, and the love we've shared. It helped me grow into a better person and friend, and I hope that you can say that you've grown as well. Let us continue our growth from high school to beyond, each day seeking to grow a little smarter, a little stronger, and a little kinder. Today is our moment, but so can every day after this be our moment. Go and seize every one.
Memories of Copper Hills High echo within these walls. Our hearts are full of these times that we will so often recall. The laughter we shared and the tears we have shed will always be part of the future ahead. Our blue and our green will bring feelings of cheer. We'll cherish these days, we'll hold each one dear. Wherever the paths we take may lie, our lives will be linked through Copper Hills High. Through Copper Hills High.
Seniors, how I wish I could be with you in person on this special day. While it doesn't compare to that wish, I would like you to pay close attention to the background of my speech today. I have worked closely with Mr. Jess Shuck, who created this background. You will notice that it is made up of the yearbook photos of the senior class of 2020, I can more comfortably move forward with my speech knowing that you are behind me all the way. To the 2020 graduating class of Copper Hills High School, home of the mighty, mighty Grizzlies, I congratulate you. You made it. You have spent the last 13 years of your life working towards this very day and this major accomplishment. Your social experience, your participation in various extracurricular activities, your academic achievements in the classroom, the friendships you have created, and the lasting memories made have prepared you for the bigger and better things to come in the next chapters of your life. You are now college and career ready. You have developed the capacity to be a respectful, responsible, productive, and contributing citizen within your community, and you are ready to contribute to the greater good of our society. This year, we have challenged you to strive for excellence in all that you do, to respect all, but fear none. We have asked you to create an environment where all can feel welcome, safe, and comfortable. We have emphasized the importance of treating others with kindness, consideration, and respect. We have asked you to embrace your challenges, to overcome your obstacles, to be resilient through your struggles, and to be humble in your accomplishments. You have accepted those challenges. You have done those things. And as a result, you have created a culture of caring, a tradition of excellence, and a legacy of success. You stand on the shoulders of the many that have come before you. Take pride in knowing that there will be many that come after you, who will stand on your shoulders and will carry on your legacy and the many great traditions you leave behind. Today, we recognize you and honor you as the best of Copper Hills. Individually and collectively, you have achieved many great and noteworthy accomplishments. Time constraints prevent me from celebrating all of the countless accolades earned by Grizzly Nation. However, you have earned significant amounts of scholarships, numerous superior ratings, many region championships, state championship appearances, outstanding test scores, high GPAs, numerous college credits through concurrent enrollment and advanced placement. You have provided countless hours of service for your classmates, the school in general, and the community at large. You have offered generous donations through our record-setting Pause for a Cause efforts that have provided great support to those in need who are experiencing difficult circumstances, but most importantly, countless memories that will last a lifetime. I would like to take a moment to recognize and say thank you to the many community members, extended family members, friends, parents, and siblings that are joining us today. They have played a valuable role in your success. Please make sure to say thank you. Most importantly, thank them by your actions and by becoming the person that you can be. They have invested a great deal of time, effort, and money on your behalf. They are a valuable part of the Copper Hills family. To them, we say thank you. Life is good. As you set high goals and lofty expectations for yourself, work hard, stay focused, and enjoy the journey. Remember, it is all about the journey. Take time to enjoy the simple things of life, and remember, It's the relationships along the way that truly matter. You will always find what you are looking for. Focus on the beauty of the journey. That is what has made you who you are today, and that is what has prepared you for success in the future. You are the greatest minds of our times. You are prepared to lead. You are the leaders of our future. Our future is in good hands. As you look forward to your future, please consider the following and always remember these quotes, also known as VZ-isms. First, experience. If all you ever do is all you've ever done, all you'll ever get is all you've ever gotten. You have experienced great things and have had various opportunities to this point in your life. Now, the globe is your stage. There are countless experiences available to you. The opportunities are endless. I encourage you to seek new adventures, explore the possibilities, and to step outside of your comfort zone. Develop and maintain a passion for life and a thirst for living life to the fullest. Second, knowledge. They who think they know it all know all they'll ever know. Knowledge is power. Commit to being a lifelong learner. Constantly seek opportunities to learn, to grow, and to develop. Whether it be through formal or casual means, continue to seek after, acquire, and apply new knowledge for your personal gain and for the benefit of those around you. Third, reflection. Am I better today than I was yesterday? And am I committed to being better tomorrow than I am today? Reflect on your past. Identify your current reality. Set high goals. Then, as they used to say in the good old days, put on your hard hat, grab your lunch pail, and get to work. Grizzly Nation, we love you. We will miss you. Never forget, once a Grizzly, always a Grizzly. Now go, seize your moment. Finally, School Board Representative Bryce Dunford and Superintendent Dr. Anthony Godfrey, I am truly honored to present to you the 2020 graduating class of Copper Hills High School. It is my privilege to recommend that the senior class of 2020 from Copper Hills High School, having completed all the requirements for high school graduation as outlined by the Utah State Board of Education and the Jordan School District Board of Education, be awarded their high school diplomas and receive all the honors and privileges that this high school diploma represent. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Veazey. On behalf of the Jordan School District Administration and staff, I would like to congratulate the Copper Hills High School class of 2020 for earning their diplomas. I would like nothing more than to celebrate with you in person. I wish I could congratulate each of you individually as you walk across the stage. Although that is not possible, I want to commend you for your tremendous accomplishments. I know this has been a difficult time, but as I have had the opportunity to talk with members of the class of 2020 here at Copper Hills High School, I have been amazed at their ability to see the positive, to adapt to difficult circumstances, and to find a path forward in pursuit of their goals. On your journey to graduation, you have benefited from the tremendous positive influence of faculty, family, and friends who are cheering you on today. Don't forget to thank them for the help they have given you. Through your high school years, particularly this last semester, you have overcome many obstacles, enjoyed wonderful triumphs, and been surprised by the abilities you have discovered within yourselves. May you carry forward what you have learned and continue to achieve great things in your life. I have 4 pieces of advice that I like to share with graduates whenever I can. First, beware of drift in your life. Gretchen Rubin calls drift when we make decisions by not deciding. I believe it's when we fill time without fulfilling our potential. By graduating today, you have already shown your ability to avoid drift. Stay focused on what you want in your life and keep moving toward it in everything you do. Second, it's easier to keep up than to catch up. Some of you may have experienced this over the years as you tried to keep up or catch up on homework. This applies to every aspect of life: school, work, finances, relationships, and even your health. It is easier to keep up than to catch up. Third, I encourage you to stay in contact with the friends from Copper Hills and from your time in school. I'm fortunate to be in touch with many of my high school friends. As you stay connected to the people you have known during this time, your life will be enriched immensely. Fourth, I encourage you to distinguish yourself in the way you treat other people. I like to quote the Dalai Lama, who once said, "Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible." It is a privilege for me to accept the recommendation of Mr. Veazey. Mr. Bryce Dunford, I present this class as having completed all the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Jordan School District Board of Education and the Utah State Board of Education, and recommend that they be awarded their diplomas. Congratulations.
I am so thrilled to be here at your graduation, but I'm guessing many of you are sitting there wondering, who is this guy and why is he the final speaker at my graduation? So let me see if I can explain that, tell you who I am, or more importantly, who I represent, what I'm here to do, and then I'll do it. See, I've been elected by your parents, by your grandparents, by your neighbors. I've been elected by the police officers who keep you safe, the fire department that pull you from burning buildings. I've been elected by doctors and lawyers and nurses. I've been chosen by architects, by real estate agents, by store owners. Every single one of us that has precious money taken from our paycheck to pay taxes has elected me to be their voice. See, they paid for your education. They paid the salaries of the teachers that educated you. They built the buildings that housed you. They paid for the buses that got you to school. They paid for the lunch workers and the custodians. I represent society, and we paid for your education. Now, let me be very clear. Happily, we paid for your education. We are honored to do it. Every single one of you cost us approximately $80,000. We paid approximately $80,000 from the time you turned 5 years old and went to kindergarten to this day right now that you're graduating from high school. We, society, have paid about $80,000 for your education. And given the fact that Copper Hills has over 800 graduates, that means the people I am here to represent paid over $67 million to educate the class of 2020 for Copper Hills. $67 million. Now, I'm here to do 2 things. Number one, you can imagine that if you represented a group that spent $67 million, that you'd want to make sure the money was well spent. And so I'm here to make sure that you've crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's that you were supposed to do is a requirement to receive your education. We want to make sure that our money was well spent. So all along, we've been checking on you. Every single term when grades are due, we kind of peek in and say, how's our money doing? How's our investment going? Is the money being well spent? And so all of your teachers would report to us and the principal saying, they're doing great. They know how to read. They know how to write. They're fulfilling the requirements that society has given us. And so every checkpoint, every term, your teacher said, done. And what you just heard was Mr. Veazey, the culminating principal. He represents all of your principals, turning to the superintendent and saying, all of these graduates have passed the tests you gave us. We have taken your $67 million and we have taught them what we were supposed to teach them. So Mr. Veazey reported to the superintendent that we've done what we've been asked to do. And then the superintendent is now reporting to me, society, the people who paid that bill, that you have passed, that you are everything we dreamed you would become from the day you turned 5, that you have learned how to survive and succeed and flourish and make a difference, that you are exactly what we wanted you to become. And so in just a moment, it will be my honor as the representative of every one of those taxpayers who invested in you to declare you graduated. To say to them, our money was well spent, and they have become everything we dreamed they would become. And we did a good thing, investing in their education. But I'm going to do that last, because the moment I do that, you're no longer high school students. You have graduated. So let me tell you the second thing I'm supposed to do. Number 2, I think you can imagine that if you're going to invest $67 million, it's not a duty, it's not an obligation, it's an investment. We have been investing in you. And I'm going to be totally honest, it's been completely selfish. We are investing in our future. The reason we paid that money is because we know what you are going to do. You now join us. The moment I declare you graduated, you're done. You're done receiving. You're done being on this end of education, this end of society reaching out and handing to you. And now you come around and you join the rest of us to make this society better. You are going to invent the devices and the technology that will change our lives. You are the one that will keep us safe. You are the ones that will change our lives and make our lives better. Do you see, that's why we spent the money. Because we know what you're going to do. We know how the class of 2020 is going to change the world, and our lives are going to be better. So, whenever it happens, we're going to hand you that diploma. And what we're really handing you is the baton. We shouldered the burden to take care of you for 13 years, and we did it gladly. But when we hand you that diploma, we now hand you the baton. And we are asking the class of 2020 to now take care of us. Make our lives better. Right the wrongs that we suffer from. Fix what we broke. Change our world. Make it better. You are our greatest investment because you are our hope. You are our hope for a better future. I know this year has been tough, but you're tougher. And the reason we invested all that money is because times are going to be tough again. And we need tough people like you who are going to help us and change us. So when we hand you that diploma, take that baton and run and change the world. Be everything we dreamed you would be. Our greatest investment. And now with that, let me do what I came here to do, what is my honor to do. What I remember, you're going to hear my voice say it. You're going to see my face do it. But I need you to hear the voice of every single member of society. Your parents, your grandparents, your neighbors, every teacher that you ever had, everyone that made a difference in your life. And hear what we proudly and gladly say to you. By the authority vested in me as a duly elected member of the Board of Education of Jordan School District, I declare the Copper Hills Class of 2020 officially graduated. May I be the first to congratulate you. Go Grizzlies!
Thank you to everybody who has spoken today at this graduation ceremony. It is now my honor to present to you the graduated class of 2020 of Copper Hills High School, the home of the mighty, mighty Grizzlies.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rudy Gobert. Just wanted to send a little message to say congratulations to the Copper Hills High School class of 2020 for graduating. We know that graduating online is not very fun, but the accomplishment is still the same. And I want you guys to stay positive, keep believing in yourself. Everything is gonna be great. And thanks for the support. Enjoy and congrats again.
Ashley Elizabeth Adams.
Autumn Alexandria Adams.
Fisher Benton Adams.
Benjamin Dario Aguirre.
Robert Thomas Alarcon.
Emily Alarcon Patricio.
Justin Dean Alexander.
Jade Larry Allen.
Kiera Elizabeth Allen.
Mackenzie Taylor Allen.
Ryan Carter Allred.
Beverly Amoa.
Camilla Jane Andem.
Jaden Robert Anderson.
Kobe Derek Anderson.
Luke Robert Anderson.
Lydia Joy Anderson.
Taylor Michael Anderson.
Destiny Lourdes Andrade.
Lauren Tammy Inglesy.
Isabella Aramburo Soto.
Patrick Anthony Aranda Morillo.
J. Kelly Archibald.
Elena Patricia Archuleta.
Emma Hunter Archuleta.
Kaylee Marie Pa'aana Akala Armstrong.
Natalie Christine Arneson.
Annika Rose Acey.
Isabel Marie Ashby.
Hallie Marie Ashcroft.
Joshua Allen Ashton.
Timothy Willard Osink.
Dominic Caden Atencio,
Daniel Braxton Atherley,
Andrew Angel Avalos,
Jenica D. Avila,
Cassidy Joy Babcock,
Emma Elizabeth Baca,
Cassandra Baca,
Terilyn Mackenzie Bach,
Orion June Badger,
Donald James Baker,
Jordan Diane Baker,
Carson Frederick Balser,
Victor Balulovsky,
Malik Mohammed Banaga,
Cynthia Banza,
Callie Rochelle Barker,
Riley Alyssa Bernard,
Megan K. Barnes,
Quentin Xavier Barreras,
Kelsey Nicole Barrett,
Alexandria Felicia Baron,
Francisco Baron Gutierrez,
Andrew Justin Bartunek,
Zachary Earl Bascom,
Cole Abram Bassett,
Nicholas David Bauer,
Nicole Dawn Beatty,
Zachary Luke Beatty,
Francisco Javier Becerra Maya,
Alyssa Joe Beckstead,
James Calvin Bidont,
Jonathan Bedoy Mireles,
Geneva Bell,
Caleb Asher Belknap,
Anthony Adam Benavides,
Abby Bench,
Nicholas Scott Bennett,
David Alfredo Bernal Casayas,
Kevin David Betancourt Landa,
Brooke Trinity Biffith,
Persephone Diane Bingaman,
Stephen Samuel Bingham,
Kyler Braxton Bird,
Jenna Lee Burrell,
Joshua Andrew Black,
Crystal May Blackburn,
Jaden Ray Blake,
Moses John Berner,
Thompson Breck Bolton,
Ashlyn Nya Booth,
Cole James Booth,
Montana Lynn Borden,
Kayla Kiyosida Bunpacom,
Brooklyn Joe Burrell,
Alex Michael Bowman,
Savannah Michelle Brady,
Grace K. Bromludge,
Eric Brandon Brands,
Carly May Breeze,
Bailey Susan Brewster,
Elizabeth Ann Brewster,
Ethan Robert Breyer,
Angelica Brusino,
John David Bridge,
Abby Dawn Brighton,
Kylie Nicole Brinkerhoff,
Colton Spencer Brohammer.
Melissa Cheryl Brooksby.
Samuel Clayton Bruff.
Abigail Alexis Brown.
Bailey Lynn Brown.
Brennan Daniel Brown.
Brendan Hunter Brown.
Mandy Brown.
Cameron Michael Brown.
Lily Ann Brown.
Bridger Allen Brownlee.
Jackson Harold Brinner.
Dakota Nathan Buckner.
Blake Allen Bullock.
Cameron Ray Burns.
Seth Corey Burt.
Dylan Max Butterfield.
Lauren Paige Kakavea.
Garrett James Calloway.
Jonah Richard Calloway.
Sebastian Spencer Calcana.
Fernando Andre Calderon.
Eduarda Cristina Calle Cardenas.
Kiernan Taylor Callister.
Braden Frederick Campbell.
Caleb Leobardo Campos.
Braden Michael Canning.
Julie Ann Cannon.
Joshua Aaron Cardona Brand.
Gage Thomas Carlson.
Lisbeth Carmorano.
Joshua Brandon Carroll.
Corbin Casaza.
Manuela Castro.
Christopher Gregory Ceballos Gutierrez.
Brittany Jasmine Cervantes Guerrero.
Melanie Brisa Cervantes Guerrero.
Tessa Autumn Chadwick.
Jesse Rumhong Chan.
Kelly Chantapanya.
Abigail Doreen Chatlin.
Mariah Cheney.
Jason Gregorio Chorillo Gonzalez.
Adam Michael Christensen.
Danica Marie Christensen.
Grayson Robert Christensen.
Jacob Ethan Christensen.
Colby Ray Christensen.
Logan Keith Christensen.
Taya Lynn Christensen.
Alexis Lenore Christiansen.
Lucas Seth Churchill.
Easton Nicholas Clark.
Abigail P. Cloward.
Carter Blaine Coates.
Rio Akahi Cockrell.
Declan Wood Kaufman.
Zuri Maria Colebrook.
Gabriel Nicholas Coleman.
Jeanette Kate Coleman.
Nathan Andrew Colton.
Megan Ellie Combs.
Ambrian Jewel Connor.
Nicole Marie Contreras.
Camilla Rose Cook.
Elizabeth Danielle Cook.
Mackenzie Nicole Kuhn.
Mariah Janine Koprick.
Sarah Jennifer Cordner.
Melody Ai Cowden.
Shayla Michelle Crespin.
Benjamin Brian Crowther.
Kelsey Joe Crowther.
Destiny Yaneli Cruz.
Jared Levi Curtis.
Diane Marie Diamico.
Taylor Lynn Daniels.
Mia Autumn Davis.
Nicole Ginny Davis.
Simon Francois Davis.
Iana Francesca Rose Davison.
Caden Kelly Dawes.
Ariana Victoria Marie De La Cruz.
Jasmine De La Cruz.
Kevin De La Rosa Rios.
Brooklyn Sage DeMarco.
Aubrey Dawn DeMoe.
Caden Tyler Derbyshire.
Naomi Raquel Derrick.
Megan Bailey Despain.
Braden James Diamond.
Sullivan Ali Dina.
Samantha Grace DiQuatro.
Logan Jacob Dorr.
Kyle Todd Dorius.
Mariah McCall Dorsey.
Natalie Shea Douglas.
Isaac Andrew Draper.
Brittany Janelle Dunn.
McKaylee Dunyan.
Alexia Durant.
Megan Riley Diet.
Brianna Elise Earl.
Jackson Thane Earl.
Marcy Icheto.
Moyana Nathan Yuhunu.
Megan Ashley Elaser.
Kyle Justin Elwood.
Kelsey Nicole Elzinga.
Giselle Anise Enrique.
Mackenzie Coy Erickson.
Chloe Bell Eschler.
Aiden Espinoza.
Jennifer Espinoza.
Natalie Espinoza.
Alex Eunice Estrada.
Olivia Noel Ethington.
Anessa Adrian Evans.
Jessica Ann Everett.
Joshua Darwin Iyer.
Alici Ciociana Fangupo.
Caleb William Farnsworth.
Alyssa Madeline Nicole Faulkner.
Caden Anthony Faulkner.
Kiana Diane Famuina.
Christian Stephen Farsco.
Morgan Fenstermaker.
Laurel Casey Ferguson.
Gary Fernandez.
Kaylee Suhobbs Ferrer.
Aiden Carter Finch.
Lenisi Augusta Finian-Ganofo.
Allie Kate Fisher.
Cade Steele Fisher.
Kyler Max Flinders.
Cesar Leonardo Flores Hernandez.
Cameron Dylan Ford.
Emily Danielle Foster.
Jaden Brett Fowers.
Andrew Enrique Franco.
Sierra Marie Franson.
Mason Nicholas Frato.
Zachary Scott Fruin.
Parker Lamar Fuller.
Riley Ashlyn Fulmer.
Brinley Luis Funk.
Axel Abel Gamboa.
Yannick Caparasi.
Christian McKenna Garcia.
Leonardo Gabriel Garcia Leon.
Chase Russell Gardner.
Michael Chase Lewis Garrett.
Taylor David Gee.
Tyden James Gee.
Aaron Todd Geisler.
Annalie Gerber.
Bridger John Gibb.
Michaela Jane Gibb.
Trayson Mikkel Gibbons.
Oren Hawk Gilmore.
Emma Lee Gingell.
Jonathan Amir Hiron.
Courtney Elizabeth Glad.
Brooklyn Rain Gokeritz.
Micaiah Avery Gomez.
Daniel Gonzalez.
Natalie Gonzalez.
John Terran Goodbow.
Sophia Emilia Goodrich.
Anna Elaine Goodwin.
Cameron Rodney Gorski.
Adam Adrian Granados.
Gregory Stephen Grant.
Lindy Lorraine Greenhalgh.
Charlie Courtney Greenwood.
Anna Grimstad.
Ethan John Grover.
Dallas Ray Guild.
Caden James Gunn.
Brooklyn Paige Gutierrez.
Luis Angel Gutierrez.
Michaela Gaimon.
Joshua James Guither.
Stephanie Ha.
Eliza Jane Hackinson.
Ashton Zen Halstead.
Parker Travis Hamblin.
Chelsea Diane K. Hammer.
Max Fisher Hanberg.
Colby Nicole Hancock.
Aaliyah Hope Hansen.
Angel Maria Hansen.
Tyler Boyd Hansen.
Jackson Paul Hardy.
Mitchell Lee Hargis.
Landon Parker Harvey.
Connor James Haslam.
Cade Asher Hastings.
Lillian Elizabeth Hatch.
Ashlyn Taylor Hatfield.
Matthew Logan Hawkins.
Jordan Cypress Henderson.
Haley Dawn Hensley.
Ariana Devnet Hernandez.
Olgar Hernandez.
Brenda Ana E. Hernandez.
Brittany Hernandez.
Lourdes Leslie Alvarado Hernandez.
David Hernandez Nicasio.
Diana Laura Hernandez Perez.
Jose Eduardo Herrera.
Alex Michael Hess.
Benjamin Tyla Hickenlooper.
Rhiannon Elsie Hilliard.
Emily Hillman.
Renata Idiart.
Gracie Marie Hoke.
Kyle James Hoffman.
Jason Michael Holgate.
Allie Marie Holt.
Paige Laurel Holt.
Joshua Glenn Holtman.
Samantha Joan Hooper.
Gage Martin Hoppy.
Samuel Jacob Horn.
Caitlin D. Horton.
Samantha Ann Houghton.
Abby Hoyle.
Dylan Allen Hoyne.
JC Lynn Terry Huffman.
Carly Nicole Hunt.
Jaden Scott Hunt.
Fisher Keaton Hurst.
Trinity Hurst.
Stone Chet Hutchings.
Peyton Cam Hun.
Samantha Jean Heilemon.
Alexis Ann Inskeep.
Princess Alavao Naomi Tezel Ioani.
Isobel Dantis Irabone.
Michaela Bailey Irving.
Hiram Taylor Ivy.
Ethan Scott Jacobson.
Faith Lynn Jaffa.
Ixlandi Nanelli Jardim Castillo.
Angela Haudigi Barba.
Cameron Jeffs.
Brogan Seth Jensen.
Emily Ann Jensen.
Joshua Derek Jensen.
Kierny Cherie Jensen.
Audrey Caton Jepson.
Litzy Geronimo Batista.
Andrea Shelley Jessup.
Jaron Addison Jeter.
Giselle Jimenez.
Devin Gabriel Johnson.
Parker Merlin Jolly.
Abigail Joyce Jones.
Abigail Rachel Jones.
Brennan McAllister Jones.
Landon Lloyd Josephson.
Peyton Charles Josephson.
Caden Giovanni Kennedy.
Ananda Nasya Kampasithivong.
Priscilla Kim.
Devin Michael Kenyon.
Jackson Judd Kirby.
Caleb Frederick Kitchen.
David Porter Nolden.
Annabelle Kokorans.
Garrett James Konopka.
Amy Lee Kuntz.
Colton John Corpy.
Tyler Andy Christensen.
Jinda Kaylee Kumpkin.
Carter Timothy Coons.
Jillian Rosemary Kurtz.
Jaina Dawn Locker.
Thane Eric Laker.
Cooper James Landell.
Keel Stephen Lanford.
Carson Davis Landwater.
Peyton Elise Langston.
Selena Brielle Lapara.
Alexandra Jordan Laris.
Zachary Keith Larson.
Alyssa Deanne Labesheimer.
Ethan James Levitt.
Niklaus Graham Lease.
Caleb Wayne Lemon.
Kylie Joe Lems.
Caden Jonathan Lewis.
Isaac Thomas Lewis.
Sophia Rose Lewis.
Robson Michael Leander.
Ethan Eddie Linder.
Kaylee Brianna Lively.
Emily Elizabeth Lloyd.
Zachary Brian Looney.
Madeline Noel Loosely.
McKay Tyler Loosely.
Daniel Costavidiera Lopez.
Jesse Richard Lopez.
Israel Lopez Martinez.
Manuel Angel Lopez Goins.
Bailey Morgan Loescher.
Tayera Dawn Lovato.
Tyler George Lavelle.
Sean Patrick Lucas.
Gabriela Moriah Lucero.
Lindsay Nicole Ludwig.
Aaron Ray Luft.
Javier Ronaldo Luna Layton.
Sterling Todd Evan Luntz.
Caitlin Elise Lyon.
Brandon Kent Mogg.
Sierra Ray Mace.
Eden Maria Mackey.
Isaac Spencer Mackey.
Logan Michael McLeod.
McKeon Ari Madlung.
Jesus Magana Fuentes.
Aiden Sean Mylander.
Marcel Malu Malanga.
Colby Hayden Mallet.
Jocelyn Fa'amumu Maluya.
Dalton Samuel Mamelis.
McKay Ryan Mangum.
Esther Manriquez Marcia.
Alina Marie Mardis.
Olivia Grace Marler.
Abigail Lynn Marshall.
Brianna Nicole Ruth Martinez.
Stephen Martinez Gomez.
Brian Martinez Rios.
Levi Gary Mathis.
Abigail Matias Lopez.
Tyler D. Mauckley.
Carson Brett Maylett.
Katerina Brooke McAllister.
Alexandra Nicole McCaslin.
Callie McCleave.
Megan Nicole McCleave.
Reagan Cynthia McCurdy.
Jeremy Andrew McDaniel.
Braden James McDonald.
Taryn Ann McDonald.
Elizabeth Ann McDougall.
Alista Ann McIntyre.
Jarek Tracy McGee.
Jackson Gilbert McKenna.
Clint River McKenzie.
Ashley Melissa McLaughlin.
Sarah Stacy McMillan.
Madison Brooke McNair.
Abigail McVeigh.
Rebecca Elizabeth Meekum.
Anthony Medina Banderas.
Milan Ali Mena Espinoza.
Paula Valentina Mendoza Escobar.
Flor Karina Mendoza Rodriguez.
Justin Brent Merkley.
Benjamin Nelson Merrill.
Grace Lauren Merrill.
Maddie Lynn Metcalf.
Alyssa Emily Mildenhall.
Hunter Gilgan Miles.
Evan Van Miller.
Lainey Ray Miller.
Michaela Miller.
Taryn Randall Miller.
Winter Morgan Miller.
Jenna Claire Milner.
Casey Ann Miner.
Aranza Paloma Miranda Gutierrez.
Piasili Amberlin Misipati.
Stephen Allen Mitchell.
Carter Andrew Moffat.
Jaden Brielle Molinaro.
Emily Monroy.
Janae Patricia Monson.
Thomas de Queiroz Monteiro.
Carlos Montoya.
Chloe Jane Moore.
Devon Orville Moore.
Dreana Jean Moore.
Silvio Antonio Morales Paredes.
Cesar Andres Moran Roca.
Connor McKay Morgan.
Landon Guy Morrison.
Haley Elizabeth Mortensen.
Mackenzie Taylor Mortensen.
Tiffany Lee Mortensen.
Brittany Nicole Morton.
Rachel Nicole Moulton.
Gage Stephen Mousley.
Hunter Richard Mousley.
Brinley Louise Moyer.
Rebecca June Molestein.
Sadie Lynn Muncie.
Julia Haley Monk.
Riley Grace Murch.
Aubrey Sean Murphy.
Olivia Beth Murphy.
Isabella May Negretti.
Corey Michael Nielsen.
Carter Daniel Nelson.
Zachary Lee Newbold.
David Van Gogh.
Namfon Amaya Gonkeo.
Eric Wynn.
Alexa Kylie Nielsen.
Juliana Nielsen.
Lexi Liu Nielsen.
Seth Michael Nielsen.
Zachary Paul Nixon.
Saley Elizabeth Nordfeldt.
Karis Leanne Nordgren.
Justice David Nugent.
Savannah May Nybo.
Sean Howard Neidigger.
Ryan D. Okeson.
Emily Michelle Oberhansley.
Cesar Augusto Okipinti Chorio.
Bailey Shalise Olson.
Jacob Kelson Olson.
Jonathan Taylor Olson.
Peyton Chamberlain Olson.
Mason Martin Olson.
Savannah McKaylee Orgill.
Irma Chanel Osorio.
Bitsy Jane Ostler.
Cameron Joseph Osmark.
Rachel Allison Otto.
Madison Lynn Owen.
Melina Jean Pacheco.
Hayden Forrest Pack.
Dayton Hommett Packer.
Evelyn Michelle Padilla.
Aubrey Chantel Palacios.
Dylan Patrick Palacios.
Jaron Timothy Palmer.
Brady J. Pantoja.
Elizabeth Kathleen Paradise.
Maxwell Joshua Parkin.
Nicole Ashley Parkin.
Zaylee Lynn Parkin.
Carly Elizabeth Parrish.
Jose Luis Patino.
Joshua Rex Patterson.
McKay Joseph Patterson.
Spencer James Paul.
Laurel May Pearson.
Morgan Marie Pedersen.
Shaylee Marie Pedersen.
Ethan Case Peary.
Saloa Joseph Pai.
Vanessa Bernice Perez Juarez.
Santiago Andres Perea Ortiz.
Hannah Lee Perry.
Ethan Jack Peterson.
Haley Peterson.
Gabriel Mark Peterson.
Justin Joel Peterson.
Alex Lee Peterborg.
Ashley Marie Phillips.
Milan Isabella Pia.
Jorge Antonio Pimienta.
Kevin Raul Pina.
Taryn Andy Pistorius.
Jonah Redmond Platt.
Camilla Polite.
Elizabeth Hannah Paul.
Leonard Pollock.
McKay Dawn Porter.
Michaela Celine Porter.
Aiden Douglas Potter.
Bryson Michael Powell.
Brooklyn Powell.
Emily Ann Price.
Kess Alexis Price.
Victoria Price.
Nicole Anna Purser.
Hannah Putbin.
McKaylee Quiano.
Matthew Dalton Quinney.
Shanti Island Ramirez.
Hector Patricio Ramirez.
Randy Ramirez.
Isabel Grace Ramsey.
John Anthony Rangel Trejo.
Amy Marie Rapp.
Bryson Boyd Rasmussen.
Chelsea Lynn Rasmussen.
Carissa Marilyn Rasmussen.
Parker Aaron Rasmussen.
Tyler Garrick Rasmussen.
Dominic Xavier Russell.
Bailey Joy Reese.
Ashlyn Marie Reeves.
Lauren Helen Reeves.
Riley Elizabeth Rendon.
Belen Repetto.
Junior Sergio Reina Avila.
Kevin Sean Roadhouse.
Daniel John Rich.
Sarah Leah Richardson.
Kia Rebecca Richens.
Isaac Yuki Richens.
Jackson Charles Richens.
Caitlin Brianne Richmond.
Miley Rachel Ricks.
Seth James Reel.
Viliami Losepeli Sita Ripley Moala.
Isaac Timothy Rivas.
Christopher Clark Roberts.
Lindsay Ann Roberts.
Abigail Lorna Roberts.
Olivia Clara Robinson.
Manfred Rosner Duenas.
Christian Julian Rojas.
Samantha Lee Rollins.
Savannah Rose Rollins.
Victor Eric Romero.
Oakley Ann Ruley.
Amp Brighton Root.
Alexandra Roque Rosales.
Joanna Michelle Rosas Frias.
Rachel Ruth Ross.
Tate Bard Rowley.
Damon Bradley Roosh.
Evelyn Ruiz.
Dakota Joe Rush.
Skylar Aaron Sachs.
Jonathan Eduardo Samaniego Salcedo.
Lucero Esmeralda Sanchez.
Brianne K. Sandberg.
Jeremiah Paul Sandberg.
Rebecca Lynn Sanders.
Kobe Christian Sandoval.
Diego Santana.
Priscilla Alves Santos.
Samantha Ruth Santos.
Fa'aniniva Jade Kantalal Savi'i Naya.
Kenzie Savannah Sayasith.
Daniel Joe Scarborough.
Shannon Sakaruku Fukusawa Schmidt.
Madison Judith Snyder.
Alexandria Renee Scott.
Audrey Noel Sechrist.
Maro Solis.
Aniuska Cristina Semprún Villalobos.
Madeline Emily Schaefer.
Clara Elizabeth Shaw.
Mackenzie Lee Shaw.
Carlin Shepard.
Gavin Soto Shear.
Kylan Evan Shorts.
Braxton Bittner Shunk.
Emily O. Sigala.
Travis K. Simmons.
Cade William Singleton.
Hannah Nicole Singleton.
Rylan Clint Siplinger.
Cy Michael Skibby.
Sydney Michelle Skousen.
Ashley Miu Skoronik.
Annika Francis Slade.
Jeremy Christopher Slick Jr.
Breland Smedley.
Natalie Danielle Smiley.
Alexandra Kian Smith.
Christopher James Smith.
Eleanor Claire Smith.
Isabel Edith Smith.
Jada Shea Smith.
Amity Diomse Solis.
Andres Elias Solis.
Caden Luis Solorio.
Colby James Sorensen.
Megan Sorensen.
Rachel Yaelin Sosa.
Porter Lynn Southworth.
Madeline Kate Spear.
Marie Lee Spencer.
Haley Cassandra Spillman.
Brianna Lynn Stark.
Jesley Ann Stedman.
Justice Jordan Stedman.
Keegan Jacob Steiger.
Natalia Sturzer.
Kelsey Rebecca Stevens.
Nicholas Sean Stevens.
Scotty Spencer Stevens.
Aaliyah Nicole Sterland.
Connor Edmund James Stone.
Cora Lynn Stone.
Michael Shelby Story.
Shannon Lorraine Strasser.
Mackenzie Lynn Stumpf.
Jenna Marie Soom.
Haley Marie Sumi.
Tatiana Grace Swindle.
Sarah Romanda Ta'ai.
Elena Tafisi.
Alexandria Gabriela Tanner.
Fiona Faye Tanner.
Julia Abigail Tanton.
Carlos Alexander Tapia.
Savannah Melody Tar.
Braden Carey Taylor.
Chandler Tongsi Taylor.
Dylan Kyle Taylor.
Madison Nicole Taylor.
Zachary James Taylor.
Brett Isaac Telford.
Koshin Daniel Turuya Almos.
Carrie Katessa Tevaga.
Caitlin Marlene Thomas.
Alexia E. Thompson.
Zachary Ty Thorne.
Jordan Christopher Thornton.
Dylan Michael Tilt.
William David Timmons.
Cameron Miles Timpson.
Keilani Toya Ivao.
Manuel Horacio Tamala Zambrano.
Kaylee Andrea Torres.
Elizabeth Joanna Torres Ceballos.
Sandra Torres Godinez.
Rafael Mateo Torres Soto.
Danielle Toscano.
Giovanni Magdiel Tullier.
Samantha Irene Ntrena.
Stephen Lee Tran.
Christian Anthony Trujillo.
Stephanie Trujillo.
Trevor Dane Tucker.
Michaela Lee Tuckett.
By Masasa Suisui Tulaga.
Olivia Anna Diamond Turner.
Talmadge Eric Turpin.
Cade Tuttle.
Madeline Isabel Uffins.
Kiera Melanie Unterseer.
Daniela Uscarigui.
Josue Isaac Valdovinos.
Kaya Macy Valentine.
Jordan Douglas Van Giesen.
Jaslyn Vasquez.
Kalana Ntoale Mveya.
Ruben Vince Vega IV.
Juliana Velasquez Montesio.
Preston Anthony Versluis.
Kessler Greg Vick.
April Alondra Villa Hernandez.
Jessica Amy Virgin.
Tin Tri Vo.
Anastasia Volosevich.
Timothy John Von Guten.
Kiera Blaise Wachter.
Joseph Bauer Waldron.
Elijah Antonio Walker.
Samantha Laurenti Walker.
Kylie James Wall.
Elsie Rose Walmsley.
Rebecca Ruth Ward.
Madison Joy Ware.
Colby Warner.
Riley Dawn Warnick.
Savannah Emmy Watson.
Merrick Lane Watts.
Isaac James Webb.
Jacob Michael Webb.
Victoria Maslin Welker.
Tyler R. Wells.
Lucas Orlando West.
Anne Emily White.
Shauna Eileen Whitehead.
Niklaus Gregory Wiersham.
Emily Linnell White.
Ivan Dane Wilborn.
Ryan James Wilcox.
Patricia Anzu Wilcox.
Cambry Madison Wild.
Haley Lynn Wilkie.
Thomas Ray Willeitner.
Eden Jeanette Wheely.
Christian Dana Williams.
Dallin Thomas Williams.
Jack Christopher Williams.
Jalen Jefferson Williams.
Shelby Elizabeth Williams.
Bo Keith Wilson.
Hayden Christopher Lee Wilson.
Leo Broderick Wilson.
Sadie Ann Wilson.
Haley Rachel Wynn.
Alexis Nicole Worthland.
Aiden Chase Wishart.
Elsie Kalela Wolfgram.
Matthew Oliver Wood.
Rachel Ruthann Wood.
Heber Charles Wright.
Caden Edward Wright.
Luke Jason Wright.
Meg Alta Wright.
Lauren Christian Yancey.
Aaliyah June Yazzie.
Raymond Antonio Wybera.
Taylor Jean Yeager.
Hannah Ann Yates.
Juliana Marie Yerman.
Ian Michael Young.
Janella Michelle Zambrano Santana.
Brooke Leanne Zorn.
Will the graduates at home please stand and join me in the turning of the tassel? Please follow me by grabbing your tassel, moving it from the right side to the left side. Copper Hills class of 2020, we are now graduated. Let's go!
Graduates of 2020.
Born when the world was grieving over 9/11.
Graduating as the world grieves over a pandemic.
Schools closed, seasons canceled, all of our lasts gone.
We are strong. We are made for this.
We are an unforgettable class, you may say.
Leaving behind our high school years with only the memory of how it ended shouldn't define us.
This is what defines us.
as students and staff process the sudden loss of a young woman who had just started her senior year here. Principal Brian Veazey starting the day by making an announcement to the student body about Kalissa's death and letting everyone know that counselors are available for anyone who might need them.
I love you and I miss you, and I hope you fill your lives with good news and fun stories.
Hey, Copper Hills, how do you feel?
We feel good! Oh, we feel so good! Oh! Copper Hills High!
We left behind legacies in
drill,
basketball,
soccer,
baseball,
cheer,
water polo,
swim team,
Volleyball.
soccer,
Girls basketball. Golf.
dance company,
Softball.
Hockey.
Tennis.
Wrestling.
Band.
Choir.
Lacrosse.
Color guard.
Football.
Performing ballroom.
Speech and debate.
Cross country.
Track and field.
Student government.
Girls lacrosse.
Volleyball. Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
I've been